Just can't wait to be dead. Ha ha ha. Yeah, all right. Those jokes are a bit tired. You could say those jokes are dead. That's not that. I just can't wait to be king. Likewise, Mr. Simba. I can't wait until I'm the king of something. What are you going to be king of when you're king of something, Ewan? Oh, I don't know. Probably the king of penis and balls. Sticky jizz balls, like the ones I'm currently drawing. That's right. You might remember things in your life. You might remember things in your life, but you might not. This has been... Oh, he's in one of those moods where he doesn't really talk. He just makes silly noises and tries to pass it off as content. I've got that song in my head, Fucked Up in the Crib. I don't know who made it or when they made it. It's like a meme song where it says fucked up in the crib and there's a bunch of like knockoff brands. Fucked up in the crib, sipping Dr. Bob. Fucked up in the crib, eating cat cup. Fucked up in the crib, sipping hella Red Bull. Fucked up in the crib, eating toasted tarts. Fucked up in the crib, playing Polly Station. That's just been in my head. As well as, you know, if you like pick... There you are. There's no need. There's no need for it. There's no need to... You know, what's the point? Why? It's a funny one today. You might remember from a very previous. This wasn't even on the Ewan, the Ewan untitled podcast. This is way back in the Ewan Schmooin podcast, Daisy Ways. I did a whole, because from an old clip of one of my podcasts. I'm just so prolific. I have so many different podcasts and things. They all, you know, they're all over the place. There was a clip from an older one where I think I was drawing... Fuck me. I was drawing that Blood Sun thing where I read the story and then I drew the pictures that go with it. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But during that, I was talking about some of the awful things I say. Things like this list that I wrote. Piss farts and shit tits and bum aids and cancer babies, shitty cancer tits and titty cancer shits and sticky jizz balls and ass penis, dick fart piss ass, cunt, bollock brain, turd hat, sod fart, piss muffin, pissy shithole, fuck a baby. And I started illustrating them because I thought it would be funny. And you know, I was right. It was funny. It wasn't just funny. It was bloody hilarious. The idea being that eventually I'd take the audio and then put all the illustrations to it. So as I say it, the different drawings pop up. And so from the older video, I had piss farts. See, he's pissing and farting out of his piss. Fort. Shit tits. That was a funny one. This one, I actually forgot I drew this as I was looking through them. I watched the video clip and I was just like clicking through. And I was like, oh fuck, did I not draw bum aids? Am I going to have to draw bum aids? Did I skip one? But no, I did draw bum aids. Look, it's like a bum and he's skinny and wasting away because of AIDS. Cancer babies. Look, he's got a fat tumour in his head and they're all dead babies. That's funny. Shitty cancer tits. It's just got like really cancerous tits. I feel like this one, maybe multiples of them, they need like a bit more attention paid to shading and such. Even if it's literally simple like lines, just to add a bit of, just for a bit of added, so it's just a bit, added and shit, Anyway, I thought it was funny, and I never got around, like most things, the amount of times I say, I've got this great idea for a thing, and then I start doing it, and you never see it again. This was in danger of being one of those, where I'd never see it again. And I have the other video files saved on my desktop, and my desktop on my computer is mostly just porn, basically. I save lots of pornographic images, and then every now and again I'll put my favourite ones into like a collage that takes up the exact dimensions of my laptop screen, so that when I look at the photo in full, I looking at as much new quality content in one place that I can finish to. So a large portion of my desktop is taken up with that. But I also have things I intend to work on, so they're easy to get to. It's easy access. Yeah. And these video clips have been up there since I first did that video of drawing these ones. That I've intended to get around to at some point, but just never, because there's always something else to fucking do, isn't there? These fucking commissions and masturbating all the bloody time. Hey, cool, I'm an artist. I live and work at home now. It's cool. What's that? 12 hours a day looking at porn and masturbate. Oh, cool. It's a wonder I get fucking anything done. Jesus the Christ. Jesu Cristo. Is it Jesu or Jesus? Jesus Cristo. Jesus Christ. That's Greek or something, I think. I heard a guy say it once when I was in church. He did his missionary time. He was a missionary in Greece. And there's a tradition where, bear with. Typically, in the church, as they call it, when you're 19, you become a missionary, where you go and serve in a foreign country or just somewhere else in the world. Sometimes it's in your own country, but a different part of it. But more often than not, it's like a whole new country. So you spend 2 years going around that country, living in different areas, always with a companion. So it's always you and another guy, or a girl if you're a girl. And you go around, you wear the white shirts, the little black badge that has the name of you and your church and everything. And you go around and preach the word and try to convince others to join your cult. I mean church. Sorry. And then after 2 years you come back and everyone at church is like, oh my God, you're the best ever. Wow, I'm so proud of everything you've done. And basically you're only really seen as a viable candidate for marriage if you've been a missionary. I narrowly avoided going on one. It could have been that I might have had to go a bit late, because I think the cutoff is like 21, 22, and then you're too old to go. But I just narrowly avoided, because I left church when I was younger, and then I went back for various reasons, and then it was like, well, now you're back, there's just about time for you to go be a missionary. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do that. And I didn't. I avoided it. So, hooray! Thank you for that. But then, obviously, if you go to another country, you spend a good few months beforehand, or a couple of months, sometime beforehand, like getting at least a basic knowledge of the language and trying to learn some of it and such. And then the tradition is when you come back and everyone's praising you and saying how good you are, you stand up in front of the congregation at church and you give a little talk. And typically you'd open that talk in the language that you have learned, which I find a little bit pretentious. Not really pretentious, but just sort of annoying. Like, it's cool they're coming back and exhibiting the fact that they've learned a language and they are giving a talk from scripture to the congregation, sometimes in part, sometimes in full, completely, in the language they learned while away. And it's like, oh, that's so cool that they took the time to learn all of that, and they're now showing us that. But then when it's like 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes of them talking in another language, you're just like, yeah, all right, we get it, you know. Okay, you learned the language. Now, how about something for us? I can't understand a word you're fucking saying. Jesus Christ. So this guy in particular had gone to Greece and he came back, and the only thing I can remember is him saying Jesus Christo, which is Jesus Christ, but in Greek. I might even have that wrong. I might not be pronouncing it right. And if so, I don't care, because it's religion and therefore stupid. Ha ha. Just like believing in astrology or energies in the world, or ghosts, or money, or time, or humanity, or fucking washing your skin on a regular basis, or having kids. All these imaginary made-up things that people believe in because they're stupid and weak. Oh, it just gives me a bit of strength to believe in something that I know there's some force guiding me in my life. Yeah, maybe you guide yourself in your life. Figure your shit out. Says me, who has not made a doctor's appointment in the last couple of months because of fucking panic and anxiety about it all. See, I had so I have my living address, and then I have my postal address, which is my mailbox, my PO box that I get stuff sent to, because my home address isn't ideal for that, because of living on the top floor and whatever. So when I had my vasectomy, I had them send the paperwork to my mailbox so I could make sure I got it, because that's some shit I want to make sure I get. And they sent documents to my GP, my doctor, and then they got the information that said Ewan at this address, and they were like, oh, that's a different address to what we've got. Okay, whatever. So they contacted me saying, it looks like you've got a different address. If you're not living where you said you were living, you might not still be able to, be registered at our doctor's surgery. So please contact us to let us know if this change of address is correct, or whatever. If you don't within 30 days, then we'll assume it's correct and you won't hear from us again. That was a good couple of months ago or more. So I need to phone them up and be like, listen, that is still my address. Sorry, I haven't gotten in touch with you. Also, can I make an appointment to see the doctor? Why? Because I left it several months to fucking let you know about a change of address that isn't actually a change of address. Because I'm wasting away mentally and emotionally and physically, basically, let's be honest. Look! Sticky jizz balls. Brilliant. Let's take a look at this comic book. I have shown this very briefly, I think, in amongst a stack of other comics I have and had. I picked this up primarily because it's Ryan Ottley on the artwork, and also because it's Grizzly Shark versus Sea Bear. That's cool. That's a fucking cool concept. I'd seen a little bit of it on his Instagram. I was in my local store, saw this on the shelf and thought, hey, I'll grab that while I'm here. It's issue 3, and this is the only one I have. I haven't kept track of it. I haven't read it. I've just flipped through it a couple of times. But Ryan Ottley, I may have mentioned before, is someone I keep meaning to gather more of his stuff. Invincible aside, because personally I feel like, from what I have seen of Invincible, maybe I need to look into it more, but from what I have seen, it's fairly just sort of superhero stuff, where I find more of his stuff to be more interesting when he draws more fun stuff like this. Sharks and bears eating people and zombie babies. At the moment, he's doing some Hulk stuff, which I'm really looking forward to if that comes out as a full book or whatever, because his Hulk looks really fucking good. His Spider-Man stuff is really good. I love the way he draws monsters. His monsters are really, really, really fucking good. So, Spider-Man, Hulk, with monsters involved. There's some really good stuff. Ryan Otley on Instagram, if you don't follow him already, fucking follow him already. I love his style. It's because he can do superhero stuff like Invincible, but then he does have like a slightly more cartoony look than most traditional comic book artists, which really sort of like it's not at all a downside of his artwork. Sometimes if it's trying to be like really serious fucking comic book art, but it looks a bit too cartoony, it can be a bit of a downside to it. But the cartoony aspect of Ryan Otley's work really, really plays well with his more typical comic book style. And he draws amazing like beasts and stuff. And like, you know, the people look kind of goofy in their fun shapes and stuff. This guy's got no legs. He's just got a body with feet. And that's a zombie baby. I have no context for any of this. I don't know what's happening. But I love the shapes and the characters and stuff. Like, these are great shapes in this face and his face, the contrast and stuff. There's not an ounce of same face syndrome like you see in... is it Steve Dillon who drew Preacher and some other stuff? Where, like, every face he draws kind of looks like Steve Dillon face. Whereas you get stuff like this, where it's... Ryan Otley really puts emphasis into the shapes of the head and the face, and everyone looks different, as they do in real life, as they ought to. I love the because he uses, you know, I like doing stuff quite angular, you know, with Gun Viking and stuff, and he does quite a lot of that. You know, some of the hands and joints and mouth shapes and stuff are quite angular, not too curved and bulbous and stuff. I really, really like that. I think they're trying to bait the grizzly shark with this, I think it's a zombie baby, by hanging it from a tree. But it's not working, so they try to get the baby down out of the tree. And then the shark shows up. And he ducks out of the way. That's a good sort of, that's a cool panel. This is a good sort of 4 panels. It's about to bite them. He pulls them up, bites the branch, they fall down onto it, and then they're riding it away. His face. Whee. That's a really cool little sequence of events. The little zombie baby. And that's something Ryan Otley is really good at. Perfect example. You get panels like this where all the details there, all the teeth. I'll go on to another thing in a second. Where you can tell he's really having fun drawing it. All the lines, the way he draws fists is really great. This baby in the front is really cool. The way the image is put together is really good. The composition of it all. Like, nothing's hidden. Everything's where it should be. And it's a really good, fucking, really cool panel. And then he does funny stuff like this, where it's just like baby shape, smiley face, 2 dots for the eyes. Like, he's not trying to painstakingly render everything. He's just like, tells the story. And then when you get a close-up of the zombie baby, it looks fucking great. It really, really does look good. His use of thick and thin lines is spot on. Thicker lines for the outlines and then thinner lines for the hatching. The minimal hatching he uses is really good. You see in some of his just like drawings he does, like sketchbook drawings he does that you see on Instagram, he can really put the work in and get a lot of hatching done. So he's not like scared of hatching. But when he needs to have some hatching but not too much, he uses like just enough, knowing that, you know, there's going to be a colorist filling in the gaps, as it were. But the one thing I was going to get onto is this sort of stuff. Ryan Ottley does the best fucking liquid mess I've seen in comics. Is it James Harren, who does Ultra Mega, is a very close second. They're basically on par with each other. But for my money, this like bloody liquid mess that Ryan Ottley draws is so fucking perfect every time, because that thing is so easy to fuck up when you're actually drawing it. You think like, okay, you know, if it's water or blood or whatever goes sort of outwards, and then you draw it just like lines coming outwards, just splashes. But it's a formation, because it's a liquid, so it's like in particles, but until it becomes particles, it's in like this form that gradually breaks apart and separates. And these kinds of lines give a much more of a sense of that it's really like blobs and blobs of things like flying around, rather than just like a spray. It's like going all over the place. And the angles he does them with gives sort of momentum and weight to the liquid, rather than it all just spraying around like a Tarantino film or something. So you may have noticed lately, if you've seen me do like blood splats and things, they are starting to look like Ryan Ottley blood splats and things. Which is not necessarily by design, but certainly heavily inspired by. Love the little, every time, little drawings of little people when they're further away or whatever. Love that. The expressions are great. So much energy in his work, which is really hard to do sometimes. Sometimes it's really easy, but sometimes it's not. They're in the water, they're safe from the sharks. From the grizzly sharks that are drowning in water, because I guess that's how they work. But there's a bear in the water. Oh no. That's fucking cool. Whoa. The shark has the sense to scoop up some sand and throw it in the bear's eyes, slap it with his tail, and then fucking crawl away on the sand. It's a really funny story, a really cool concept, and it's drawn really well. I love that the panels don't have straight lines. They're obviously not drawn with a ruler. They're just drawn. That's also so cool. This kid and his dad on a boat. Dad, there's a shark. It's okay, son. Sharks can't get us in here. Okay, Dad, I got the gun. What? No! Guns are very dangerous, and there's a shark on the boat with a bear jumping up. No, my worst nightmare. Dad, no! Oy. We can make it through this. Damn it, son, let me die. Blam! Shoots himself in the arm. See, what did I tell you? Guns are very dangerous. You could have killed me. Sorry, Dad. Wow, it's bleeding like crazy. Drool at the blood. Both looking at the blood on his arm, drooling. The shark pushes the bear into the water, sploosh with his like face. His jaws open up, shadowing the dad and his kid. Munch again with the blood mess shapes. And then he's driving the boat away with a smile, a bloody smile. Onto land. Boat blows up for some reason. Flings the shark back into the trees with his big bloody smile. All the mess. and the bear is following after him. It's actually hilarious. He's pulled back a branch and let it catapult into the bear's face. Which even that's another one of those things. It's like, okay, I want you to draw the shark pulling a branch back and then letting it go and smacking the bear in the face. It's like, okay, I can draw that. But when you really think about it, it's like, wait, how do I draw that? But then this motion here, this is really good. With the lines all coming off the bear's face. He hasn't put like drawn the bear's cheek and his shoulder and all the fur and everything. It's just spsh. They're escaping. Go sea bear. Why? Uppercutting the shark in the background. He distracted the bear because he was cheering for him. Well, the bear has the upper hand. Lucky for us, he showed up. Go sea bear. Distract him. The shark bites half of his face off. Jesus. And that's another thing, yeah. All of this mess. Like when I say I love how he draws monsters, it's stuff like this. He does really good like squibbly lines and stuff in the shark's face. Bear's face and all his teeth and shit. That red mess. The liquid mess. They're running. The shark's coming after them. That's really cool with the red lines on it for the scratches. Now we die? Okay. Chucks the zombie baby at it. Straight into its mouth. Why'd you do that? Again, I love just they're almost little dumb drawings, little dots and lines for eyes and mouths. Just whing, toss the baby in. Is it dead? The baby got its heart. The zombie baby got its heart and is eating it. Awesome. When in doubt, throw a baby. Come on, let's get home. I know where the car is. It's just straight ahead. Just go straight ahead about 300 feet. But you don't got feet. I totally don't. It's terrible. The end. So I guess he doesn't have feet. They just have shoes under his orb of a body. And that's the end. So I guess it was just, what, a 3-issue thing. I guess I'll have to get hold of the other 2 issues and show those off and fucking jizz over Ryan Otley's work some more. Yeah, man. Like I say, I keep meaning to get hold of Ryan Otley's Spider-Man books and the Hulk one when that comes out. So that looks really fucking good. Good shit, man. Did you all see my hilarious body parts video, body part tier list, my ranking all the fetishized body parts? That was good fun. I've got another few of those planned. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm going to give everything away. I'm going to do a tier list of body parts as food, so like which are the best body parts to eat. Thought it could be quite cool to do a tier list of body parts to draw. Like I could do a couple. I could do which are the funnest / best / easiest body parts to draw. But I could also do which are the hardest body parts to draw. There's I was going to say infinite. There's not infinite. There's a multitude of different avenues I can go down for that particular thing. So I might go down at least 1 or 2 of them. Trying to talk about one thing while drawing a completely other thing is a whole thing. I guess I'm apparently struggling to do right now. It's funny. Wee, wee, wee. This is ass penis. There's a guy who's got a penis coming out of his ass. That's weird. Am I getting that right? Ass penis. Yeah, sticky jizz balls and ass penis. On the list, see, I haven't drawn titty cancer shits yet. I think I figure I'll draw a bum pooping, and the poops will be like tits with lumps in them and stuff, like little tits with bumps and stuff, like Furbies. And that'll be shitty titty cancer shits. So they're titty cancer shits. Titty cancer being shitted out of an anus. But I don't know. I hadn't quite figured that out when I set my phone up to record this episode. So I figured I'd leave it and just go on to sticky jizz balls because, it's pretty easy, pretty obvious, isn't it? And then this one, ass penis. Pretty self-explanatory. Got a penis coming out of his ass. It's an ass penis. It's an ass penis. That's a nice penis. Why, thank you. I thought it was nice too. No, I didn't say it's a nice penis. I said that's an ass penis. Oh, shit. That boy got a dick coming out of his asshole. More mockery of Americans. I don't mean to be so horribly racist towards the Yanks. They just make it so easy. But for all of my doing that, you can be like, well, come on, Ewan, you're a bit mean to Americans needlessly. But I do, spend plenty of time mocking the English, as well I should, because they're all fucking a bunch of shits. Fucking English people, what a pile of fucking disappointing wank fodder they are. Christ almighty, the British, fuck them all. So, it's not like I just sit here making fun of Americans. Plus, you can make fun of Americans. And, I could make fun of, like, Scottish people because heritage and whatever. But if I start trying to make fun of, I don't know, Indians or something, that might come across as a bit bigoted and hateful. Whereas if I make fun of, Southern Americans, people go, yeah. But if I start going, oh, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. You've been very useful, my friend. Thank you. People might go, don't do that too much. So, I don't want to get cancelled like Apu from The Simpsons. Oh, my serious, please leave my story immediately. And come again. See, that's fun. I cancelled Apu from The Simpsons. Is Apu going to appear in the Millhouse Apocalypse comic? Who knows? I don't have any plans for Apu to appear. Mostly because, like, where would I put him? Like, I mean, in the Quickie Mart, but in terms of story-wise, like, I don't really have anything planned. I mean, Millhouse could go to the Quickie Mart to get supplies or just to get a slushie for the nostalgia of it that him and Bart used to do. Maybe he'll go to the Quickie Mart to see if Bart's there, because that's the whole thing, is he's going to be looking for Bart. And then he could see Apu. And there's been that before. I think when there was like rioting or looting or something on The Simpsons, Apu was on the roof with a shotgun telling people to fucking go away. And then I think he still said the "come again" line, which is, funny. So I could have him in there, but it's not like the point of the Apocalypse story isn't to throw in as many references as I possibly can. And where can I fit in this character? Where can I fit in this character, that character? Like, I'm putting characters in sort of relevant to the story I'm trying to tell. So like having Herman, the gun shop guy, in there makes sense because he's like a a doomsday survivor type, isn't he, with bunkers and weapons and shit. So it makes sense to have him in there. Marge and Lisa will be in there, because for one thing, they're the Simpsons. Also because Milhouse is looking for Bart, so there's going to be a reason for him to see their family at some point in the film, in the proceedings, in the story. And also, Milhouse and Lisa may not strictly have a history as such, but I'm sure Milhouse would certainly like for them to. So there is reasons to have them in there, at least partly. Did I mention that Homer's going to be dead? It's never going to be mentioned. It's never going to be outwardly brought up as a topic that, like, Homer is dead. I don't think I'm ever even going to allude to it or anything. It's just going to be a thing that you just sort of need to accept that. You see Lisa and Marge. They've got little Maggie with them. They're trying to get to a warmer climate before the winter. Basically for the sake of Maggie, because they've got a little baby. They want to keep her alive. But they won't be with Homer, so I like to think people would then be able to assume Homer probably hasn't made it. Maybe he was at the nuclear power plant at work and it fucking melted down, blew up, and everyone there died. Would be fun to put Lenny in there, though. I always liked Lenny. Not Lenny! For fun, for the fun of it. Be a bit of a fun one. Stick Lenny in there. Oh, he's got an ass penis. Oh, hilarious. Bloody brilliant. Did it again, Ewan. Did it again. What's the next one? Dick fart piss ass. Jesus. Dick fart piss ass. How am I going to draw dick fart and piss ass? Oh! Okay, no, I know the next one I can do. Oh, yes. Okay, so titty cats shits I'll go back to. I've done sticky jizz balls, ass penis, dick fart piss ass. I think I'll go back to that one. Right now, I think I'll draw a cunt. Ooh, can you tell what it's going to be? You probably can already. You go, oh, he's going to draw himself, isn't he? You'd be like, oh, look at this cunt. And you'd be absolutely right. I'm going to draw a picture of myself and say, oh, isn't this guy a fucking cunt? The problem with drawing me, as I've said before, is that it will just look like a drawing of a black man. Because I've got fairly full lips and a relatively wide nose. From the side, my nose is very pointy, but from the front, it's quite wide. So I end up just looking like a drawing of a black man. Which isn't a bad thing. Certainly, it just is what it is. It might not be what you intended to draw. Yeah, the old dick nose there. Hopefully I can hide some of the bad bits in the pink. I don't even know if this is going to look like me, but I guess the point isn't that it looks exactly like me. The point is that you realise it's basically a drawing of me. Basically, yeah. Basically. I want the eyes to be like this. I guess the problem is that if I don't make the beard orange, I was going to say it'll look like Santa, but it actually looks like Mike from Breaking Bad. It's pretty funny. It does. It looks like Mike from Breaking Bad. Which is, no shame in that. He's a great character. But I don't think I actually look like Mike from Breaking Bad. Oh, look, it's a cunt. That's the point, isn't it? Is a cunt, a big cunt-eating cunt. I should do something with the... Because I'm not bald, am I? I do have a shaven head. So I should, I guess, allude to that in some kind of way. Oh, this is some of the worst hatching I've ever done in my life. Jesus Christ. Oh, here was an idea. Do you remember Disemboweled from our last episode? I had another idea, which I've just moved around. Skateboarding animals, but like have them like not puns as such, but throw in some like alliterations to have like squirrely switch flips. So draw like a cartoon squirrel doing a big switch flip, and write squirrely switch flips underneath. That kind of thing, yeah. That was the only one I thought of, so I wrote it down. So, you could do any other animals and then... But like foxy, fakey 5-0s. I don't know why it has to be foxy. The fakey 5-0 fox or something. I don't know. It was just an idea. Jesus, all right, I won't do it then. If it's not good, fine. All right, I was just... Fucking hell. Don't get at me like that. Jesus. All right, you don't have to fucking... Look, it's a cunt, dude. It's funny. You shouldn't be so self-deprecating, Ewan. Don't be quite so derogatory towards yourself. You should big yourself up. Yes, but... I guess there's many other cunts I could draw, aren't there? I could draw a Karen. I could draw someone in a red hat with MAGA on it. I could draw... But I don't like to do that because it's, not that it's making fun of Americans, but like if I'm going to draw something like that, it makes more sense for me to draw something from England like that rather than something... Because there's plenty of cunts in the UK. I think that was always my plan, though, with this set of drawings and such, was to, when it gets to the cunt, to draw myself. And not in a vicious, I hate myself way, but just because... Cunt. Oh, look, it's the guy. Does that look like me? I think maybe it does. Maybe it looks a little bit like me. Maybe it looks like everyone else. Which doesn't even make sense. Shut up, Ewan. Ugh. I am a cunt. Hey, wow, look at that's wow, cool, amazing, wow. I mean, what's the next one? Bollock brain. Oh, look, did it again. I think bollock brain is going to be like showing the inside of a head where you have like the cutaway here. And then have some big hanging testicles there with a smiley face on each one. But that's quite similar to sticky jizz balls. So I don't know. Maybe I could do a guy with like. I feel like I've seen it before somewhere where he just clearly has big fucking testicles on his head. He looks like a penis. I could do that actually. That works, doesn't it? Do like a penis with the old testicles there, and then a face. So he's got like bollocks for his brain. And make that his whole head, and then he's also got a body. See, this is concept art. This is how we develop concepts. This is why I should be an actual legitimate concept artist, because I can come up with things like this. Bollock brain, yes, here's an idea. Here's another idea. Oh, this is developed into this idea. And that looks like it could be some kind of dinosaur. Why does my bollock brain have to be a human? Why can't my bollock brain be some kind of bollock brain dinosaur creature? Little arms and testicles for its brain. See, concepts, yeah, the development of an idea from first, inception of the idea to fruition, to bring it forth as a fully formed human baby, a generated creature of an idea, a born being of an idea. Yeah, with testicles for a brain.